well today. So it's that lovely time of the month again. We are discussing the completed pages, and I'll be honest, I didn't have the most productive coloring month. July was just really busy. I'm in university, I'm getting my master's degree, and it's exam season, so it's just been very, very hectic. But I did still manage to get some really nice pictures done. So I did the tallies, and overall I colored in 12 different books, which I think is amazing. And I did a total of 21 pages. So I'm gonna go through everything, show you all the lovely work that I've done. And I did want to mention before we hop and trot on in that I do have a hashtag going in August, and it's hashtag Rita Berman Celebration, and it's in honor of her new book that's being released this month, and I'm just so excited, and I want to work in more of my Rita books. As you can see, one is here, so I did color in one in July. So if you want to hear more about the hashtag, I did do a video on it. But yeah, if anybody wants to color in a Rita Berman book and do a buddy color, please let me know. And without further ado and a ramble, let's hop on in. So I guess it makes sense to start off with my Rita Berman picture that I did this month. I completed one page, and it's in my winter book. As mentioned before, and I've showed these books on my channel many times, I have all of her seasonal ones, so I have 4 of her books, and I did pre-order the new one that comes out this month, so I'll have 5. But I completed this page here, and I did this page for Christmas in July, and I did finish it earlier this month. I really like how it turned out. I used solely my Brute Funner pencils with a little bit of like the white gel pen that you see the accents. But other than that, it's just my Brute Funners. I really, really like how it came out. I love this book. It's wonderful. It was a little weird to like color, a Christmas wreath in July, but why not? I love Christmas. Summer is my favorite season. I've mentioned this before, but like holiday season, Christmas is just top notch. So love that book. And then I did a lovely buddy color in this beast of a book that I can't even like fit into frame. But it's the Disney Vitro by Hatchet Heroes. This is the first one. They do have a second one out. It was released earlier this year. I don't have it because I genuinely can't justify to myself to purchase it, because the picture that I did in here this month was the second picture I've ever done in here, and there are 100 images. So I'm 2% done with the book. I can't justify getting the second one. But the picture that I did in here was actually a buddy color with a new friend that I made on Instagram. So I will link all of her information down below. Hers is really adorable. So I used, again, my Brute Funner pencils. I did shading and such, and hers is actually different in the sense that she used markers. So it's really cool to see kind of like how the different supplies work in this book and kind of the finishes you can get. So Winnie the Pooh's my favorite. I've mentioned this so many times. So I've had my eye on this picture before, and I reached out to her and I said, would you like to do a buddy color? And I said, would you mind if it's a Winnie the Pooh page though, just because I love Pooh and the gang. So I'll be honest, I'm not the happiest with the background. The green shades, I was kind of going for, the nature, kind of, that kind of look. But I think just the shades of green that I chose are a little too neon for me. I mean, I still love the picture. I still think it's adorable. But if I were to redo it, I would probably do a different color background. But aside from that, I love it. This actually did not take that long to do because most of these pieces, as you can see, are quite big. So it was easier to blend and such. But yeah, just my Brute Funners in here. I don't think there's even white gel pen, just colored pencils. And doing this page has really reminded me as to why I got this book and why I love it. And I do want to do more pictures in here. It's just, usually doing one of these is kind of a time commitment because they are on the big side, but still love this book. I want to do more pictures, and then maybe next year, maybe in 2022, I will feel justified enough to get the second one of these, because I've seen like flip throughs and stuff and it looks really nice. So moving on to my Camellia Angelkova 101 Unique Mandalas. This is a book that I work with every single month. I really, really like it. I think I did 2 this month. So I usually just flip to a random page and go with it. So this one here was done on July 4th. Woohoo. So if I'm not mistaken, this was a color palette that I snagged off of the internet, but I do quite like it. It's a little bit more on the muted side, you know, has some neutrals in here, but I do love how it brings out the vibrance of the greens. And I think this style of mandala is probably my favorite in this book, because this book does have like a variety of mandalas from her other books. And some of them are definitely not my favorite. I've mentioned that before, but I do really like this one. And I also like the geographic ones she does. Let me see if I can find them. I didn't do any this month. Of course, now I can't even find it. Oh gosh, let's see. These ones. So I think these are my favorites. So this was, I think last month, or maybe even May. But I just really like these ones. But there's only a couple from each book, so I think I already did all of the ones from this. But these are nice too. And then this is actually one I did last month. But yeah, I really like the way these turn out. Lovely stuff. And then the second one that I did looks like this. And this is, there's the snowflake mandala she has. I don't know how I feel about these, because some of them I can't figure out like what I'm supposed to color. But yeah, again, maybe a little sidetrack. I did do like Christmas colors for this one. This was also for Christmas in July. But I like mandalas that have like little subsections, right? So for example, here there's like the circle, you know, there's a bigger circle. So that way you can color, separate your colors. But with some of the snowflake ones, I find that it's like difficult for me to like understand what is the section and what is, I don't know. You know, it's probably just a personal thing. So this is the first snowflake one I've done in here, because for some reason they really intimidate me. So maybe, you know, considering the fact that I did enjoy doing this one, maybe I'll bite the bullet and work on more of the other snowflake ones. Actually, I know in fact that I will, because I do want to finish this book at some point. I've done a good percentage of it. I am avoiding some of the mandala styles, but one day, but it's obviously a very thick book, so it's going to take a bit, but one day I shall finish it. And then I picked up my 70 Amazing Patterns by Aaliyah Fisher, Volume 1. And I kind of went on a huge kick with this one. I like picked it up and then I couldn't put it down, even though I haven't worked in it in a couple of months. I just went on a rampage. So if you haven't seen this book before, it just has patterns, and most of them are quite like large. So it's very easy to do with alcohol markers because the spaces are quite big. And that's exactly what I do. I just take alcohol markers in here. And as I mentioned, like July has kind of been a really hectic month for me with like school and everything. So I really just wanted something I could like put color down on and not really worry. So like this color palette, is it the most inventive? No. I just randomly grabbed like pinks and reds from the marker set and just went at it. But I had a lovely time. I think the result's cute. Then moving on, I did a gray color palette just because my grays don't get that much use in my marker set. So I just wanted to be able to use them up a bit. So I did the gray one. Then I did another green one. I just snagged a bunch of different shades of green from my alcohol markers. And yeah, why not? I usually try to go for 5. So I try to go for 5 alcohol markers. Sometimes I use gel pens in this book, but it really depends on the page because a lot of these have like quite big areas that I wouldn't want to use gel pen on because it would just eat up the entire pen. And then the last page I did in here looks like this, which I think is so funky and so wonderful. This is a color palette that I looked up online. I'm pretty sure I just looked up like funky color palette and this popped up and I thought it was really fun. So we did this page. I'm pretty much just going from the front towards the back and sometimes skipping around. But for the most part, I'm just going from the front. I think I've done most of them. For some reason, I wasn't really feeling this one because, again, it's very, very big sections and I wanted to do something with more detail. That one's from last year, and then the two. So I really like this book. Again, there are 70 in here. So if you're looking for something very simple to color with like bigger areas, I would recommend this book. And from what I remember, it was also not pricey, costly. I forgot what word I wanted to use. As per usual, I will link everything down below if any of these books catch your eye. And then moving on to a book that I have somehow put aside for way too long. So for the longest time, I worked in my Hatchet Heroes, like the Grand Classiques or like the mystery color books, like every single month. I have 3 of them. And for some reason, for a couple of months, they just, I don't know, I haven't been reaching for them. But this month I was watching somebody's completed pages. I can't remember who now. And she was doing her completed pages. And what she does, sorry, I'm trying to find the page as I'm talking. What she does is she colors it with super tips, which is what I do. And then she goes over the picture with pencil to try and get a smoother finish, right? Because the thing with the water-based markers is that they leave streaks. So I wanted to try that. So I did this page and I flipped to a random page. I didn't know what it was. So it's Jiminy Cricket, and I used super tips and then I went over some sections of my brute funner. So not everything on the page has a pencil topping, but some does. So for example, like his little green jacket here does, the scarf does, his face, these 2 like dark shades of blue here, his umbrella. And it was just something new to try because, you know, I honestly can't remember who I was watching, so I feel really bad. But she was doing it and she's, you know, she was saying, oh, I really like it. However, she did use different pencils. She didn't use brute funners. I'll be honest, it's okay. I'm glad I tried it. I enjoyed it. You know, I also love these books. But do I think that the result is that significantly different from what it was before I added the pencil? No, like you can still see the streaks like in his face, you know, in here in the blue, you can still see the streaks. So I'm really glad I tried it. I don't know if I'll do it in the future, perhaps, but I'm glad I gave it a shot. So yeah, I was also really, really happy to whip out these books again. I need to, you know, get back to it. I don't know why they've kind of, you know, fell on the back burner, but these books are lovely. I was on Amazon earlier today and I added a few more of them to my wish list. I want the baby one because it looks so cute, like the baby Disney characters. Adorable. Also, I guess this month was a really big George Tufexis month for me. I love his stuff. I mean, there's no other way to say it. I think his books are wonderful. I had pre-ordered the book that was released this month. Is it Around the World? I had pre-ordered it months ago. And for some reason, like earlier in July, Amazon canceled my order and just refunded me. And now you can't find that book for sale on German Amazon. So I don't know what happened because I see people were able to get it in the States. However, Germany for some reason is not offering it. So we will see. But I did pick up this one. Sorry, I should probably tell you what it is. It's the George Tufexis Creative Haven Autumn Inspirations Color by Number. And I know it's not autumn, but I picked up this book because I just love his stuff. And I wanted to pick a picture that was not overly autumn, you know. So I tried to find a page that was more green and less like pumpkins. And I found this one. And I thought, oh my gosh, this could easily be a summer scene. Yes, I know like apples, you know, more of an autumn thing, but still it's all green. And I really like it. I always use water-based markers in here, like a collection of different brands. And I do use a blotter sheet just in case, but for the most part, it's not an issue. And yeah, I love these books. They come with a good amount of pages in them. They're detailed. They're beautiful. Can't say good enough good things about those books. And then I also whipped out my George Tufex's Christmas color by number again for Christmas in July. I've had this book since last year. Loved it last year. Love it this year. So the first page that I did is this one with this really nice house and this lovely deer in the front. I'm not sure why the snow was purple, but it's purple. It's fine. Again, really liked, just, it's so peaceful. It is quite detailed if you've never worked in his book, but I love it. Yeah, this book is just fabulous. And then I did this page that is so incredibly cozy. It has the Christmas tree, the fire, adore it. Of course, the cute little cat. So, really like it. And then I did this one. This one was really peaceful because it's just super repetitive. The only, issue I have with this page is that a lot of it, I don't know which candy is which, when it stops, when something starts. Obviously, you can tell, where the candy canes are, but I feel like everything else is just such a dump of, random objects or random candies. But I still had a great time with this one. I love this book. I did a handful of pages last year as well. I'm trying to see. Oh, this one from this month. But yeah, I'm going to put it away, I guess, for a couple of months until it's the holiday season again. These are all from last year. And yeah, can't wait to work on it again from last year. I want to say, I don't know how many are in here. I always forget, but I've done a good amount in here. It's definitely my most loved George Tufex's book regarding the number of completed pages. So then moving on to a book that I talk about all the time, love it. It's my Square Mandalas by the Belba family. And I somehow only did one. I feel like I went through a couple of months where I was doing so many pages in here. And then the last couple of months I've only been doing one or two. But I just did the one with the cross method. I'm getting very close to finishing this book. It will definitely be done by the end of the year. These pictures are lovely. And I think once I finish this one, I'm going to get, it's either the relaxation square mandalas or the happiness square mandalas. I can't remember the name now, but by the Belba family, because I really, really like this book. Moving on to a newer purchase for me, it's the Color by Number 50 Cartoon Characters, and this is Bright Ideas Paper Publishing by Jennifer Rowling. I always think of J.K. Rowling when I talk about this artist, but I just did a couple pages. I did Jasmine, right? I have to say these backgrounds kind of annoy me because they're just flat, right? It's just the one color. I think last month when I worked on this book, I didn't even do the background on some of them. Yeah, here I did, is it Prince Philip? I don't know, one of the princes. I just didn't even do the background. I couldn't be bothered. I did it here. Then we have my gal pal Ursula. Obviously also did the background. I just used water-based markers in here. And then I did, is it Hades, right? And again, I did the background, but let's be honest, the background looks horrendous. So maybe I can try using alcohol markers to make it smoother. I don't know. Or maybe going forward, I just won't bother with the background because I feel like it doesn't really add that much to the image. I don't know. Let me know what you think. If you have this book or a similar situation, how do you handle the backgrounds? I don't know. But yeah, this book is lovely. Can't wait to reach this this Winnie the Pooh picture, but I'm just going in order in this book. So the reason I had picked up that book is because I had this one, which is Color by Number, Adorable Animals, also by Jennifer Rowling, and I loved this book. I actually completed it in July. So it's my first completed book of the year. And I did do a giveaway. There were 2 individuals that actually won this book. I shipped it to them. And yeah, I hope they enjoyed as much as I did. So I did 2 pages in July, the last 2 pages. I did the kitty cat and the camel. And in this book, for the majority, I just did the dots and the crosses, kind of a blend of the 2. So obviously I really like this book. So there's 24 images in here in total. I finished it on July 3rd, and I had started it on April 9th. So it's only less than 3 months, and I completed the book. So I guess you can say I was a fan. If you want a full completed like flip of this book, I do have it on my channel. Feel free to check it out. But can't say enough wonderful things about this book. Very, very nice images, very adorable. And I think the square sizes is very nice. It's 3x3. Book is lovely. Moving on to my Disney Villain Spiroglyphics by Thomas Pavitt. Never know how to say his name. Before I flip it, be aware this picture is freaking terrifying, but it looks like this. So I never look at the solutions in the back. I just do these in order. And I started like doing the coloring in, and I was like, what in the sweet Lord is this thing? And then I finished it and I was like, oh, okay, like not the best looking. And yeah, I'm just gonna close it because that's really scary. But this book is lovely. I tend to work in it like, I want to say every month, but I guess I skipped May. Almost every single month. And for this one, I just used a fine tipped Sharpie. I think it was a fine tipped Staedtler pen. I got a pack of them for my birthday from a friend, so I've been using them and loving it. These books are great. I think has also 24 pictures. Let me see. 20. It has 20 pages, and I have just finished my 7th one. So doing good progress in here. Is it the 7th one? Yeah. Yeah. So making a solid dent in that one. And then a book, an oldie but a goodie, I've had this for a while and I just tend to go back to it sometimes, is my Disney Princesses Dots, Waves, Lines, and Spirals coloring book. I don't know if it has an artist. I think it's just one of those like Amazon books. But I did one page and it looks like this. It is Merida, right? Her name, from Brave. A lot of hair. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. I just used a marker in here on her. Again, I usually do a blotter sheet, but it's pretty good. This was from last month. And this was Elsa. I'm working on another page in here right now. I was actually working on it earlier today. But yeah, this book is great. It has, let me see how many pages. I number my pages, so it has 52 images. So it's quite nice, and it's a pretty good variety of different, again, from a previous. And yeah, this book is great. It has seen better days. I brought it with me to like the lake and the river and stuff during, I want to say the warmer months. I know we're still in the summer, but it's a little chilly now here. But yeah, so because it's really easy to just bring like one marker or something with you in the book. So it's a tad beat up, but she's still holding on strong. But that's actually it. That's the 12 books that I colored in, a total of 21 pages. Thank you so much for everybody for watching. July was also a very exciting month because I did hit the 1K subscribers, which to me is absolutely bananas. So thank you to everybody for, you know, sticking around and joining the channel and everything. Again, please don't forget that I do have a hashtag going, the hashtag Rita Berman Celebration. Tag me in your pictures. I'd love to see them. And let me know if you want to do any Rita Berman buddy colors or any buddy colors in general. I have many books. Feel free to ask me if I have one of them, and then we can buddy color. But yes, thank you so much to absolutely everybody for joining, and I'll see everybody in the next one. Bye.